everybody, Juliana here. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are doing another episode of Make It at Home. The Make It at Home series is about to make your favorite items that you would buy from a store and showing you how to make them from scratch at home. And today we are making one of the most desired treats for everyone, donuts. Making donuts is a skill every bakery wants to master because they know how people go crazy for them. We will be making different kinds of donuts here on the channel, but today we will be starting with the classics. I will be showing you a Boston cream and the orange glaze recipe. So everybody, vamos, let's bake! So for the Boston cream, I like to start with the filling because it gives it time to cool down and firm up before piping inside the donuts. For the recipes today, I recommend you to use a scale. It's always more precise. Into a medium pot, heat 250 grams of milk and 250 grams of cream. 125 grams of sugar that you add about 1/4 into the pot. Heat until almost boiling. Meanwhile, whisk 100 grams of 5 yolks with the rest of the sugar and 35 grams of cornstarch. Whisk until smooth and a lighter yellow color. Turn the heat off and temper the eggs, pouring some of the warm liquid. Whisk it quickly so you don't get scrambled eggs. Bring it back to medium heat and cook everything together, whisking the whole time. You will see some lumps, but it's totally normal. Just keep stirring the whole time until it's very creamy. Cook about 1 minute and take off the heat. Add 60 grams of butter and stir until well incorporated. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste or 1 vanilla bean. Strain over a bowl, cover with plastic wrap and refrigerate. So making the dough is really simple. I just recommend using the scale. This kind of recipe really depends on having the correct amounts. Into a mixing bowl, add 520 grams of bread flour, 10 grams of instant yeast, 75 grams of sugar, and 90 grams of salt. Using the hook attachment over a slow speed, start mixing the dry ingredients and pour 250 grams of room temperature milk and add 75 grams of beaten eggs. Also add a half a tablespoon of vanilla paste or extract. Mix it on low speed and until it starts to combine and gradually add 55 grams of soft butter. Mix until well incorporated. Bring it to medium speed and keep mixing until the dough starts to come off the bowl and has a ball shape. If the dough is too wet and is still very sticky, add a little more flour, about 1 tablespoon. All mixing will be 8 to 10 minutes. Place the dough over a floured surface and knead it some more. Move from the center to the middle like this, to form a ball. Place into a bowl, cover with a cloth, and let it prove in room temperature for about 1 hour or until it doubles in size. If you want it to prove faster, you can add it to your turned off oven with some boiling water over a tray on the bottom. When the dough has doubled in size, place it over a floured surface and press it out in the air. Roll the dough using a rolling pin about 1/2 inch thick. Cut it using a 3-inch round cutter. It's a good standard size for donuts. Cut all the dough. Place them over a tray with parchment paper, giving some space between them, and then cover with plastic wrap, not too tight. Any leftover dough you can re-roll and shape again. I made the other very traditional donut shape with the hole in the middle. And you can use the mini balls to make mini bite donuts. You can prove and fry them right away. but I like to place them in the fridge overnight and fry them in the next day. I think it makes a soft and fluffier dough. If you are baking them on the next day, wrap them very well with plastic wrap to protect the dough from getting dry. Prove them for about 30 to 45 minutes until soft and fluffy. When prove them after overnight, you need to bring them to room temperature, which can take about 1 hour. When the dough is almost ready, set up the frying station with a rack, spider strainer, tongs, a bowl or tray with paper towel, and a large pot with frying oil about 2.5 to 3 inches deep. Heat the oil to 350 Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. Fry the donuts until a dark golden brown color. Turn the donuts after 1 minute. It's about 2 minutes per side. Place them over the paper towel to dry the oil and place them on the rack. For the mini ones, I made some cinnamon sugar and threw them in just after drying them. Place the cream into a piping bag and make a small cut for piping inside the donut. After the donuts are cool, use a party knife to make a cut enough to fit the piping bag. Get the piping bag and fill the donuts with the cream, pressing the bag gently so it doesn't fill too much. If you add too much, it can break out. You also don't want to overpower the dough. It's just about balance. For the Boston cream, we are making a very simple chocolate icing. Mix into a bowl 2 1/4 cup of icing sugar, 2 tablespoons of hot water, 3/4 teaspoon of corn syrup, a good pinch of salt, and 55 grams of melted dark chocolate 70%. Get the donuts and dip the tops into the icing and shake off any excess. Cover the top well, without dripping on the sides. Don't add too much or it will be too sweet. You need to use this icing just after made, so it sets well on the donut. For the second donut, I made an orange icing. Use the same recipe as we did for the chocolate, replacing the water for orange juice and adding half of an orange zest. Dip them in. I iced some just on the top and some all covered. So, now you can make your own bakery-style donut at home. This Boston cream and orange glaze were just one of many flavors you can try. The dough is really very soft, fluffy, and crazy delicious. So everybody, I hope you like this recipe. And of course, make it at home. And if you have any requests for what I should make next, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao!